Hey guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about range bags. Now, to every person, this is going to be a little bit more personal to them, and it also depends on where you're shooting. If you're shooting indoors, outdoors, you're shooting rifles, pistols, that type of deal. The bag you see on the table is the 511 range bag. It is a huge behemoth. It is a very big bag. I like it for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't really have to carry it. I just load it up with my stuff and throw it in my truck. When I go to the range, I pull it out, throw it on the table, and I got everything that I need. Ideally, you want to put all the things that you're going to need in there for the day. But what I find happens is you put stuff that you're going to need in there forever. So it's a range bag. You only need it specifically for the range. And I like the options that it comes with. A lot of zippers, a lot of pouches. I'm not going to do a review on the 511 range bag, and they sell for relatively cheap. It's only $100. You can get them on, I think Midway makes them. They just kind of, the manufacturer that makes these, they make a bunch of them and then they sell them to like companies like 511, Midway, all these other places that sell them. Midway's a little bit cheaper, and I think you can buy them in different colors. I think 511 only has black. Around $80 to $100 you can get them for, shipped. It's a really nice bag. I would recommend them if you are looking for the all-in-one inclusive range bag. The problem is with its size, you wind up putting a lot of stuff in there, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, you're not carrying it anywhere on your shoulders. It's not a day hike. You're just going to the range with it. For myself personally, I tend to carry the stuff that I need on the day of the range. So if I'm going to the pistol range, I don't really need all this stuff. I just need a couple things, the ammunition, etc., and some targets, and I go. If it's the rifle range, I'm going to need a couple different things, because depending on how your rifle range is set up, we don't have very large distances. The farthest I think we can shoot at some of these ranges are like 200 yards. So they don't have any type of cable pulley system. You have to walk out when the range is cold, staple up your targets, and you're done, that kind of thing. It just depends on where you live. The range bag itself, for me, what I was using was a smaller, cheaper bag, which did work, but eventually it breaks apart. The straps break, the pockets, the condora, it's garbage. It's, you know, you sit it in the rain, you throw it in the muck, whatever, and then eventually it breaks apart. So I wanted to get something really nice for myself, so I settled on the 511 bag. Like I said, you can get them cheaper if you shop around. I'm going to go into some of this range bag, what I carry, and then I'm going to show you some of my supplemental items. Like I said, I break it up towards either pistol shooting or rifle shooting. Alright guys, this is the insert that goes inside the 511 bag, and I really like this a lot. You can take all these out if you wish, and you could put guns in there. I tend to use it as my ammo carrier. I don't carry boxes of ammo. I think it's you know, it's fine if you want to. What I do is I take all of them out and I put them in some type of Tupperware container. This holds, I think, 300 rounds of ammunition. And this one holds, I think, another 300 rounds of ammunition. This is 9mm, I should say. With the Ziploc canisters, it just makes it easy to just grab it and put them in. I don't have to waste time throwing boxes, emptying boxes. I just put them in one big container. And if you really want to go crazy, you can take all this out and dump 1,000 rounds into just this insert itself. Insert's very sturdy handles. It does have side panels in here. So if you wanted to, you can put a firearm in there if you wanted to, or paperwork or documentation, whatever. And it has them on both sides, which is kind of cool. It does have D-rings on both sides, so if you wanted to put another strap on here, you could. But for me, I keep the ammunition separate from, you know, my other range bag, because I want to just take it out, leave my bag on the side, put my eyes and ears on, and just take this out to the front line, dump it on the side, and then I have all the ammunition I'm going to shoot that day, whether it's 9mm, rifle, 38 special, pistol, whatever it is. I have it all in one little satchel, so I like that a lot. I'll show you where it goes inside the bag. Alright guys, so 511 is really good stuff. They make really good, I like the rings, this one big whole thing, the main compartment, just to pull it open. As you can see, there's a lot of room in here. I mean, a ton of room. So I keep my ears, a couple cleaning rags in here. This is my medical kit. I use my Adventure medical kit. It has all types of bullet wound stuff. It even has some boo-boo ouch stuff, so if you have a headache or whatever. It's a 1-to-7. Some tourniquets in here. I know there's always a range officer there or someone that has a medical kit, but ideally I'd rather just have one on my person, because there are times when I go to the range, that person's going out for a smoke or whatever the case is, or if I'm by myself, let's say I go shooting out in the woods somewhere, I'm probably going to have this bag with me. Another set of ear protection, because a lot of times I go to the range and I bring friends, and a lot of those friends, although they might be decent shooters or have used firearms before, they always forget something. It always happens. This is just a regular cleaning kit, rods, patches, that kind of stuff. I don't always, a lot of people don't take cleaning kits to the range, because I guess they feel that when they get home they're going to clean their guns. I'm one of those persons that like to clean their guns at the range. Unless it's, you know, raining out or it's miserable or whatever the case is, because if it's going to be filthy, I'd rather it be filthy and dirty at the place where I shot all my ammo, so I put that in there. This is, I think these are binos. Yep, binoculars. This is a laser rangefinder. Really nice laser rangefinder by Pro Staff. Up to 550 yards. A lot of times the range will put out targets and they'll tell you, yeah, it's 100 yards, it's this, it's that, and they're usually pretty off. So I always try to be as accurate as possible. I find that with all good intentions, the ranges put up yard lines, but it's more just a reference. This is another cleaning kit. This happens to be the Otis cleaning kit. It goes anywhere from like 22 caliber all the way up to 12 gauge. This is the snake bore method, so you get all the brushes and you can pull it through. Sometimes when I have my carrying kit, sort of like my cleaning kit here, the punches and stuff that I have in here are for basic stuff. So I shoot a lot of 9mm, 45, 38 special. So those brushes are going to be in there. I shoot a lot of 5.56, so those brushes are going to be in there. But every now and then, if we go to range, someone brings a shotgun, I don't have those bore brushes. So this kit kind of supplements this kit. So depending on where we're at and what we're shooting that day. These are great. These, I believe, are 2x2 sticky targets. Okay, you just put them up on your thing. I find that with these targets, there's a lot of dot drills that you can do with sticky targets. They're relatively cheap. You buy them in a spool on Amazon. They're excellent. This is some more of my own personal target systems. What I do is I use a lot of sticky notes, again, to do dot drills or color drills or number drills. And I find that it keeps it interesting. You can buy different sizes. Obviously these are page sizes, so something that you're going to shoot very up close and personal, which a lot of times if you're doing combat shooting, that's what it's going to be. You can buy them. They're just page tabs, stuff like that in this box. Also I have clips, so when you shoot on the pistol range, you know, a lot of times you got to clip something on, or you shoot the clip off. That always happens on my pistol ranges. Sometimes somebody damages the actual target holder itself. And if you are on the rifle range, you can just clip them on, as opposed to a lot of times you staple it and there's like a bazillion targets already stapled and the staple's not even going through anymore, so I keep that in there. I have my club timer too. This is the Pack 3 timer. Excellent timer. Again, if you're doing any type of target drill, speed drills or something like that, it's excellent to have. In this side pocket, which you can put another firearm if you like, I keep multiple sets of gloves. I don't shoot gloves. I don't use gloves for any type of pistol shoots. I just find that a lot of times it just doesn't work for me. But when I'm running like AKs or ARs or something like that, I absolutely use them, because I always wind up cutting my hands. And these are, some of these are, I think these are Hatch Those are mechanics gloves, and these are HWI gear. I don't know. I guess they're, you know, whatever. But a couple sets of gloves. Again, I find that a lot of my friends that come to the range are solely unprepared. It's just the way it is. And as far as targets go, I like to keep multiple sets of targets, as you saw with the sticky notes, and you saw with this. I carry smaller targets in here. These are cheap. I think there's 100 pack targets. These are small little cardboard targets. These are mostly made for BB guns. And it's really cool if you can. You staple a couple of these up, and again, you can do accuracy drills or target drills or any type of dot drills if you like. Now, I know I say I do a lot of drills, and the reason is because I'm trying to get my accuracy down as best as humanly possible. And the only way to do that is to make the targets even smaller and smaller until you're so confident with that gun that you can hit at any time a very small target in a very large distance. Same thing, index cards, another set of target systems. These are 7 inches. These are 7-inch shoot to glow, so when you hit it, it pops up. Very good in a dark environment, or if you're doing it at distance, it's very hard to see. The 7-inch, they sell 6-inch stickies, which I like better. It's just a big sticker, you just pop it on. They sell those as well. You can get those on Amazon. Pasties, I have pasties in here. As we're talking with targets, this is what I use for my targets for the pistol range. Again, these are glow in the dark, so you hit them and they glow. Excellent targets. And these pasties coincide with this. So once you shoot it, you put the black pasty over it, and it'll still be black, but if you hit that pasty, that'll also glow. So that's really cool. The splatter burst targets. And if you're like super cheap, you can also download them off the internet. These are just a bunch of, you know, dot torture drills, stuff that I downloaded off the internet. Very easy to get. Just look for targets. I think it was gunfighter.com or targetshooter.com. You can find all these and download them. Alright, really easy to find stuff, and all it costs you is a printer and a little bit of research. So obviously you can see how small that guy is. It says place 5 feet away to get to a 50-meter target. It actually has it on there. Alright, so really good stuff. If you're interested in producing your accuracy, you're going to have to shoot a lot. On the outside, side bags here, I got some regular stuff like Purell. You have sunscreen in there, sun blocker, batteries, soap dish. The soap dish is for when, if you carry ammo that's like considered any type of self-defense ammo, but you don't want to shoot that at the range, you can download that and then reload your magazines. That's what I use the soap dish for. Alright, so on the outside here, what I keep is most of my spare magazines and a little bit of writing material and flashlights. These are all Glock 17 magazines. I find that having extra Glock 17 magazines is probably the most beneficial, because I shoot Glock 17, but I also shoot Glock 19 and 26s, and these will fit in all those guns. All right, so it's great to have spares, especially if one goes down, one breaks, whatever. These are 6 Sauer 226s, but I think they will fit in the 229. These are 15 rounders, so it'll fit in a multiple of guns. Anything that you shoot a lot of, you should have spare magazines and keep them in your range kit. Glock and SIG are pretty much the predominant firearm on the pistol side of things. Now, guys will bring 44 Magnums, they'll bring XDSs and all that other kind of crazy stuff. But for me personally, my experience has mostly been Glock, mostly been 9mm. Whatever the case, have spare magazines. I always carry extra flashlights. These are really cheap Cree flashlights, and I have tactical flashlights. And ideally what I like to do is, if I'm with a friend or something and we have the authority to do so, we'll turn the lights off on the range or turn them down low, and we'll do some night shooting, because it's fun. You got to mix it up. If you're just going to shoot bullseyes all day long, great, but ideally it gets very, very boring. This is just a journal. something to write in, so I have to write notes or something like that, I can. On this side, I keep some hearing protection as well. Again, earbuds. These you can get them on Amazon. These are really good. I keep a spare. This is Galco's, I forget what name it is, but it's a universal holster for a pistol. So if somebody's pistol breaks, if their holster breaks or they don't have a holster, I usually don't like, if we're going to do drills, I really don't like people that have inside the waistband holsters because it causes a problem. If that's how you carry your gun, that's great. But if you're doing fast draws and stuff, sometimes you get lazy and you might wind up shooting yourself in the groin, so that's really not a good idea. So you can just throw this on real quick. Any type of filming that I'll do, I have more film stuff, but I'll put that in a different bag. And ballistol, this stuff is excellent. Again, the cleaning solution stuff, or any type of cleaning gear, I think it's important to have with you, especially if you get a jam or something like that. On this side, two main pockets. You can see this bag is huge. It has a lot of stuff in it. This is eye protection. In here, I also have all my tools and writing implements. So really small screwdrivers, kits, stuff like that, Sharpie pens, paint markers. I have the multi-tool for the AR, and I have a regular multi-tool in there. Two multi-tools. These are the T9, whatever. I call them the star bits. And then I also have these type of hex bits, different sizes and such. Alright, so I don't have a lot of tools in here, but what I find is anytime I go to the range and I don't have tools, that's exactly when I need them. So pens, paper, that kind of stuff as well. And then in here I have some eye protection. I have my Ludl Lapa, what do they call this thing? It's a loader, it's a sissy loader. There you go, up Lula. It's a loader, it helps out a lot. And I have all my eye protection in here as well. Okay. So, very big bag, a lot of stuff in there to bring it to range. You don't need all this stuff, but again, if you're like me and you want everything in one bag, that's great. Now let me just show you my supplemental. Alright guys, this is my supplemental bag. Now, this is just a regular Home Depot tool bag. I used to use tool bags for range bags all the time, and I still do. As you can see, this one's pretty old and beat up, and they're made very well. They're made for metal tools that we're gonna, you're gonna beat up or throw around. Comes with carrying handles and everything. This one is just a cheap workwear one, but it works great, and I still have it, so I'm gonna use it. I have some duct tape in there, extra eye protection on the outside. I don't think I have anything else in there. This primarily is my rifle. I call it my rifle bag because this is the stuff that I'm going to use on the outdoor rifle range. The targets that I use are rifle targets. Obviously these squares, you can go, if you're trying to dope in your target or trying to dope in your, I want to say, your scope, this is an excellent target for that. These are 1-inch squares, so as you can see here, examples of 3 dots. It gives you directions. Ideally you want to get them in the center, but if you're off to the left, 1 inch at 100 yards, 1/4 turn, that type of thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, there'll be there's plenty of videos on how to dope in your rifle. So I keep those with me for my outside targets. I also have in here, this is a dog bone, but we call these like rifle socks. Okay, so in the military you could see they're tan because I used them in the desert. But if you're making a long shot with a rifle, sometimes you put the butt of the rifle on here, and this is just different ways you can use it. You can use it that way. You can put it up right. You can use it as a squeeze bag to try to raise or elevate without using your muscles or hands. You can grab that, put the rifle butt on there, and make your shot. Have a couple of those. Alright, now they sell the nice new sandbags. This is obviously for the rifle as well. Put your rifle in the center. You can clip it onto things. They do have the other side of this, which is the bigger bean bag, so it's a lot more comfortable, stable platform. So I have that in there. More earring protection. All right, like I said, my friends are not always on the ball. Not one, not two, but three. Three staple guns, because I don't know what it is about staple guns, but these things always break. They always go down. They always break. They never work. They never function. This is just something, what is a silicone gun, whatever. It's just, if you're in the rain, you can wipe your gun off before you put it inside the case so it doesn't get rusted. Major clips, all right? Again, these clips, again, are for outdoor ranges, so a lot of times if it starts raining or it's snowing or whatever the case is, the targets will start to flap around. These aren't going anywhere, all right? So just don't shoot them. That's the thing. I have very large pieces of tools in here, or screwdrivers I should say, and these large screwdrivers are for buttstocks. I know it sounds crazy, but I can't tell you, the last time I went to the range, I shot a lot of shotgun. I mean, I was like going through rounds and rounds, and the buttstock gets loose, or it falls apart, or it starts to twist. This is the one that you need. It's either going to be in Phillips or it's going to be in flathead, and it's a very long screwdriver specifically for that reason, just to try to get into the buttstock and tighten those screws. Some type of hammer. Doesn't have to be a ball peen hammer. It could be any hammer that you want. Again, but what I find is when you're out in the range and the targets and everything gets messed up, or maybe the bench that you're sitting on has been out in the weather for centuries and it's just falling apart, you might want to tap a few screws in, that type of thing. So keep that in there. Boxes and boxes of staples. I have all kinds of staples in here specifically for that reason. This is just a long needle nose pliers. I'm not doing any type of maintenance on my gun out in the rain. If the gun goes down or whatever it is, or I'm outside, I'll let it go down, and then I'll pick up another gun and then fix it back at the back at your house. Ear protection, a whistle, some 550 cord, because why not, right? It's an outdoor range bag. You never know when you're going to need 550 cord. So that's pretty much it. It's more of a supplemental bag. Like I said, there's nothing, spectacular inside this bag, other than it's an extra bag that you can carry. You can actually use this bag as a range bag. It works very, very well. If you're interested and you don't want to spend $100, just go to your local hardware store and pick up one of these for a range bag. Works excellent. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you appreciate this video. Hopefully it gives you guys some ideas. I know, carrying that huge bag and then carrying this bag seems kind of redundant. But again, like I said, I don't always shoot outdoors. This is just strictly for an outdoor rifle shoot. If I'm not going outdoors, I'll carry the other bag and leave this one at home. Go to 3riverblades.com, check out all the knives I got up there. Thank you for watching.